Hey, it's David Ruddock, founder and managing director of Insane Technologies. Happy New Year. What could you be doing that we wish you were doing so that when we have to come in to respond to a cyber incident for your business, you're the most prepared? Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to take you through a series of essentially building an incident response plan that you and incident responders like us can benefit from should or when you have a cyber incident. The first thing I'm going to start with is you need an asset list. I can't imagine the number of times we come into a cyber incident and we're trying to work out what we're doing with this environment and no one has an asset list. What do I mean by an asset list? An asset list is basically a list of all your servers, computers, firewalls, switches. What software does your business rely upon? What's business critical? Where does it all live? Who owns it? Who looks after it? Quite often when we get involved in a cyber incident, we're coming into this thing blind. Just imagine your internal IT guy or external IT partner, MSP, whatever, tomorrow disappeared. And someone else had to come in and take over that environment for you, your computer systems for you. Without a map of what that environment looks like, how everything in that environment works together, it's going to take a few weeks for that person or person's team to pick all of that up. And you're expecting us at the point when you have a cyber incident to come in and within hours understand that environment intricately so that we can recover your business quickly. And quick recovery is paramount in a cyber incident. Like, business interruption costs usually far exceed all other costs. You know, the cost that you lose in sales per day while your systems are down, people sitting on seats doing nothing while business is down, lost opportunity costs, all of those costs, other than, you know, the cost for incident response, the cost for IT providers and business resumption and digital forensics and legal, all of these things are generally less than what it costs your business while it's offline. And so if you can build a plan, build a map of your environment, or your IT provider can, or your IT team can, when you have an incident, we can come in and look at that and understand where to start. It's going to make our job easier. Where do you start? The first thing is just create a list of the assets. Most software that is used to manage your environment should be able to export an Excel spreadsheet that shows, you know, server 1, server 2, server 3, etc. And then you can put some descriptions around it. Where does it live? What data center is it in? What office is it in? What location is it in? And then go through the process of prioritizing it. What is the most important system in your business? Is it email? Is it your database system? Is it your point of sale system? You know, what is the thing that you cannot do without? Who's responsible for it? So, you know, we come in and you're telling us that your database system has been encrypted with ransomware and we need to recover it. Well, the first person we're going to want to talk to is the vendor who manages that asset. Who is it? What are their best contact details? Do you have an account manager for that company? Is there a support agreement in place? You know, what is the process of performing that engagement? Who backs it up? Who's responsible for it? How often is it backed up? Where's it backed up? What's the time it takes to restore the backup? When was the last backup? These are all important things to understand when we're trying to work out what does a disaster recovery plan look like at the point of an incident. And there's great tools to do that. As I said, most configuration management tools, most remote monitoring tools will allow you to do that. If you don't have that, maybe now it's time to go to the board for funding to get one of those tools. Because without an asset list, it's very hard to work out where to start. Next, you know, draw a network map. Where do all your systems exist? Like, if you're in a small business and it's just one office, chances are its internet connection comes into firewall connects to switches connect to servers, and also all your computers connect to the switch. Maybe there's some wireless access points around and some laptops and portable devices connect to them, and that's kind of simple. If you have additional equipment in your environment, like CCTV cameras or IP cameras, access control systems for doors, maybe you have a guest Wi-Fi, maybe maybe you're a club and you have, like pokie machines. They're probably, or should be, in a separate network segment, and that's for security reasons. We call that a VLAN. And there should be just a basic map that says VLAN 1 is for general data, VLAN 10 is for voice, VLAN 20 is for servers, VLAN 30 is for the point of sale system. Where are they? What's the point that everything goes back through? Do you have a central firewall? Do you have multiple offices and they each have their own firewall? Or are you going through a shared network topology into a central firewall? Like, how does all of that work? Because, again, when we're coming in to save your environment, we'll want to know where all of those points of egress and ingress are so that we can put monitoring controls around them to help us spot bad. And if we don't have any of this, we're going to spend the first couple of days just fact-finding and getting everyone on phone calls and trying to work out what's going on, and that's painful. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to take you into each of these strategies. It's not hard, it takes time. If your internal team hasn't already done it, now's the time to harass them to do it. If you have an external MSP, a managed service provider, an external IT consultant, this is what they should be doing in their managed service agreement. If they're managing your environment, they have to have documentation on it. If they don't have documentation that they can spit out within 24 hours that gives you a good list of assets and network topology, they are not doing their job. If you need help building an incident response plan, maybe you want to do asset list and all that, give us a call. Like this, we can help you. We'd rather help you do this than, when the whole place is on fire. Otherwise, over the course of the next couple of weeks, I'm going to help you build one yourself. Anyway, Happy New Year. I hope you're all well. I look forward to speaking to you in the next couple of episodes.